Well, hey everybody, we're back again. Number 28, and our number 27, we were kind of throwing all kinds of ideas around, but it revolved a little bit around politics and stuff. And so I kind of wanted to ask you, what do you think the next couple of months is going to look like politically? What is the trajectory, in your opinion?
Well, it's going to be like a firecracker, man. Mm-hmm. Everything's going to be popping up, and then all kinds of stuff's going to be coming up. Mm-hmm. You know, Trump and Epstein. Mm-hmm. See, he hasn't been hit with Epstein yet. Mm-hmm. And you know about Epstein, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. And he's taking. They said that he had about 70 pictures with Epstein, and he didn't know Epstein. Right. And Epstein was was when it was trafficking in underage kids, girls. Mm-hmm. See, all those people around that stuff. But what's going to happen is that the balloon might burst.
Well, I was wondering because that's nothing new. It hasn't come up before. So are you kind of suggesting that the Democrats might take the gloves off on this thing and get as down and nasty as the Republicans do in this? If it gets, is it going to get to that point?
I think the evolution of life will bring it open.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that Kamala Harris is a prosecutor, a true law and order person, mm-hmm. she may be more willing to do it or more capable.
No, it might hit the arena. It might hit the arena, and she won't even bring it in because the House of Representatives are throwing it out there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, the Democratic people are, because, geez, this guy's got a pass on everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, you're convicted. If you and I, if you and I did what he did, mm-hmm. we wouldn't be sitting here talking to each other. I'd be locked up in jail without no bail.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like 9 lives. I don't know.
No, when you have money, mm-hmm. you can clog the apparatus up.
That's what he's done. Huh?
That's exactly what he's done. He can clog the apparatus up, and you got Eileen Cannon doing his bidding. And what do you think? If he wins, she'll be Supreme Court Justice?
Yeah, right, exactly. Oh yeah, that's the way he plays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the scary part. Well, you said something the other day when we talked on the phone about this and when it broke. And you mentioned, and I need you to kind of clarify it with me about your daughters. You said something about, I want my daughters to be able to have the kind of freedom that they've had, or be able to travel and here and there. So what did you mean by that? What was your sense of that?
If Trump takes over this country, we're not gonna be as free to go to other countries as we have been. Mm-hmm. Okay, other countries don't want no ugly American coming through and acting like they own some shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, you in Iceland. It was nice and quiet and peaceful, right?
Very peaceful, yeah. All these countries are very peaceful. Nice people.
No issues.
No.
Everybody getting fed.
Seemed like it.
No homeless folks.
No.
Okay, you got sick, you went to the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's respect for each other.
Well, they were saying earlier today about on one of the newscasts about Kamala Harris being, not only a woman running for president and possibly winning, but a woman of color, black, Asian, Indian, and so many glass ceilings would be shattered.
Oh yes.
And so I think about my 4 granddaughters, mm-hmm. and how I feel like we have a fighting chance now. I didn't feel like if Biden stayed in that there was a chance. Really, I just felt like it was really being. It was being sucked away. It wasn't going to happen. But now there's hope. And I know I felt that way when Hillary Clinton ran, the same thing. I mean, it was like, here's a chance for women to step up.
For women to step up and take advantage of the opportunity for themselves.
Right. That women have worked for to get to that point, sacrificed,
right.
and that was just being cast out. And that's where, too, what this extreme candidate candidates that their regard for women is really despicable.
Because
and the women that support that are okay with that. It seems
because they're getting the money, they're getting paid, and they live in a lifestyle they may not have ever lived before. Okay, but the man that they're married to or involved with is not a strong man anyway. But he still can make life hard for them in a group. Okay, and they'll be outcasts. You see the community. You know what I'm saying? Why are you letting your woman do this?
Well, I had heard that J.D. Vance's, for example, his wife is an accomplished attorney, but she's now resigned from
she resigned
because she needs to be the stay-at-home. She's sacrificing something that she worked hard to get.
There you go.
For the sake of what? What is she sacrificing that for?
She's got an opportunity to be president down the road.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, vice president, president.
First lady, huh?
First lady. That sounds good, don't it?
Yeah, it does. Interesting. Well, what about let's totally change the subject here and go on. I know you're
Caitlin Clark.
Let's talk about Caitlin Clark. Tell me that's a biggie. That's a big one. Yeah, it's not what was on my mind, but yeah, talk about the Caitlin Clark phenomenon. What's going on?
That girl can play basketball.
Yeah,
she can play basketball, and she does all the things on that basketball court that you're supposed to do it. She does it the right way.
Mm-hmm. And what about off the court?
She's a Iowa child, and she's got a boyfriend. She got a family. She's in the middle of the family. Mm-hmm. She's a straight arrow.
Yeah, she is.
She's a good. I look at it like this: if you were her friend, she's your friend. You got a good friend for life. Okay, but she can play that basketball. She knows how to shoot that basketball.
And she proved herself really again because she had a target on her back coming in here, and these girls can play. These women can play.
Before her, I used to watch Paige Becker. Mm-hmm. She's got one more year at UConn, and I never paid attention to Caitlin Clark until she started playing. And I'm watching her play, and that girl can play basketball. Mm-hmm. Okay, she can play basketball better than she's a new evolution of the female basketball player. Okay, and I'm sorry, she brings them in. I ain't never seen 20,000 people in the basketball state. You ain't never seen that before. Okay, usually at the women's game, you might get 7,000, 8,000 if you get that many. Not full to the rafters.
So it's really taken.
I watch it on TV.
Yeah, I watched the All-Star game the other night.
I didn't get this. I didn't watch it, but I bet you she tore it up.
Oh yeah. She had great numbers and stuff. The other gal, it was interesting. The gal that got the MVP was not on the Olympic team, but she had no points in the first half.
The girl, and then the African girl from Stanford.
Yeah.
Anjowaji.
Yeah, that's her.
Anjowaji.
And then ended up with like 34 points in the second half and shooting the lights out. And that All-Star team, which were the ones that were looked over for the Olympic team, beat them good. They beat them good. They made a little comeback.
Anjowaji's African, so she's going to be playing for Africa.
Okay, is that okay? Yeah. That's that. There's probably other players maybe on that. Yeah. And then just as a side note, I noticed that the USA team almost lost to Sudan. Sudan or no, not
South Sudan.
Yeah.
See, what people don't get, the game of basketball now is worldwide.
Yeah.
Okay, and those guys out there, outside the country, they're hungry. Mm-hmm. These guys inside the country, playing AAU and everything like that, but they got no education. Mm-hmm. Okay, and you can only play so much basketball. Mm-hmm. Okay.
What do you mean by that? Elaborate on that.
You can only play so much basketball and buy so many chains.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But can you put a roof over your head?
Are they hungry?
Are they hungry?
Are they hungry? Yeah. That was interesting. I saw that.
see, basketball now is a worldwide game. The last couple of drafts, where are those guys coming from?
Yeah, they're coming from a lot of places.
France.
Right.
Okay, especially France. Okay, because those guys have been playing pro basketball since they were 14, 15 years old.
Right.
And so they've been putting money on the table. Okay.
So they're ready to play. So you think you think the USA should win it though, still, right?
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be
what
tough.
What about the winner? Is that gonna be tough too? Yeah.
Yeah, around the world, man. And think about it. A lot of the women in the WNBA are not from the United States.
Right.
They're from Australia, places like that, New Zealand, places. Yeah, when they play basketball. There
really seems to be a growth. That's for sure.
Well, around the world. I mean, if you have a game, somebody learns the game. Sometimes they learn the game better than you.
Yeah.
Okay. The Japanese just beat the Americans in the World Softball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the women?
Yeah, women, World Softball. Yeah.
Well, the Japanese are known for
they're athletes.
Yeah.
Okay. They train and they prepare.
It's like everything. America's exceptionalism isn't as exceptional as it once was.
That's right.
It's not a.
Just because you invented the game, that don't mean that you play the game.
You
well.
own it. Yeah. Okay. Well, what about the NFL? What's your thoughts on the upcoming seasons here before you know it?
I'm gonna think about it for a minute. We'll do it the next time.
Okay, sounds good.
Because I tell you what, I want to see some stuff before I even say some stuff. Because it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting.
And the off-field, off-season stuff is there anything playing into that? Any side stories that you're aware of or anything?
It's just that you can only go so far with a product. Okay, and once it reached the ceiling and the ceiling bursts, what you gonna do then?
How do you stay hungry?
Yeah. Okay.
And he's still searching for it.
Yeah. Okay. Because these guys want money now, and they get money to play at these places.
And then in the college ranks, of course, you got, like Alabama now. No, Saban's not there anymore.
Well, but they still don't get money. The big guys are gonna get money. The little guys ain't gonna get shit.
I guess that's life. That's life.
That's life. That's what it is.
Well, I was talking to a guy, my little granddaughter who plays soccer, and he was a baseball player, went pretty far, almost made it in the big leagues. But anyway, he was just talking about the club and
baseball and stuff like that.
Well, he was really talking about soccer, but he had a history of sports. I mean, he was definitely knew what he was talking about. But he was just talking about the cost and the time commitment to these travel teams, trainers, all that. I met a guy over at the park.
It probably costs a family. I would say if a family's committed, $10,000 a year.
Oh yeah, because this guy was. I just asked him about what he was doing. He was training a kid who was about 13, and before they started working out, I was talking to him, and he charges like $60 an hour.
Yeah.
So and these parents they're paying it, and the kid was good. He was a good player. I could tell. He knew what he was doing. He was coachable. He was trainable. But that's a lot of money.
13 years old.
Yeah, I know.
The kid gets 15. He runs into a girl. What happens?
Well, that's what I wonder. I don't. I mean, it doesn't happen to all of them, but it happens to some of them.
Oh yeah.
But I know when Brad was playing and coming up, we never really went. I mean, we did go in competitive travel teams, but we never did the AAU.
Yeah.
And we stayed competitive with that. Probably not as far, but I paid for trainers and that kind of thing. So I did do it until he was done. It was time for him to,
Okay, you want to get the trainer when the kid starts, the body has solidified and said this is what the body's going to be. Then you train.
You can start too early enough.
You start 13 years old, the boy's growing.
Yeah.
Okay? You're wasting, you're wasting money.
I just don't know about the psychology of when the game is fun, then it's no longer fun.
Once the game becomes tedious, and the individual loses interest.
I think so. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Okay. I'm thankful that my dad, all the time I was in athletics, it was always up to me. The one thing he said was, once you sign on, you go to the end. Mm-hmm. No matter what, you don't quit the team.
Right. Well, that's good. I mean, that's good advice and stuff. So anyway, it's kind of where the world we live in now, and the competitiveness.
And put it like this: how many guys are gonna make it to the big show?
Yeah, I mean, I always think of.
Okay, the thing about the group of guys that I was telling you that I was with.
Yeah.
You heard of Rudy May.
Yeah.
Played against him in high school. Mm-hmm. Joe Morgan.
Right.
Played against him in high school. Mm-hmm. We're all in Oakland area. Mm-hmm. Walt Nonek Williams, ever heard of him?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He played over in San Francisco. We're all in that little group of guys all in that time. Mm-hmm. Walt made it to the show. Joe made it to 45s. I was in boot camp, and Joe was playing in the 45s, and Rudy was playing in the minors. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I was in that group. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I chose to go the other way. Mm-hmm. Okay, it was a bunch of and not that I feel regret. Mm-hmm. I had to deal with my life. Mm-hmm. Okay, I was in a different situation. Those guys were baseball was my sport. And I played football and baseball and basketball, but I wanted to get an education.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, but also I was fighting the military with the war, with being drafted and stuff like that. So I had issues.
So these guys that you mentioned that went on to the show, they never were faced with that decision about
but
okay.
You can if you're good enough to get to where you need to go, they'll take care of you. Okay, but that was not in my narrative. Mm-hmm. Okay, they were throwing out. What they were throwing out was 10,000 to sign, 500 a month.
Right.
Okay, and that was the first year that Rick Mundy was $100,000 bonus baby. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They put $100,000 down. Rick Mundy ain't getting drafted.
Yeah. But Willie Mays. But he served, right?
But this is a different time.
Yeah, you're right. I got it.
1951.
Yeah.
I thought it was 1964.
Yeah, different. Got it. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. My dad got drafted.
Yeah.
You got what I'm saying?
Olympian.
Okay, black guys are getting drafted.
Yeah.
Okay? You see what I'm saying? Okay?
Wow. Yeah.
Because it was wartime.
Yeah.
And this was wartime too. The Vietnam War. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have that drive. I a natural ability and skill. I'd have been okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, but the thing that I was watching out for is that my dad didn't have the education, and that created problems for him down the road as an adult.
Did that influence you?
Oh yeah. That's why you think I went to? Why you think I went and got my AA degree? I got my bachelor's degree, teacher's credential, counseling credential, and I got a master's. Mm-hmm. Well, my dad didn't finish up his college degree. Mm-hmm. I kept on asking him to do that, but you can't tell grown folks what to do. Yeah. But I learned the terms that he went this way, I went the other way. And he did a good enough job of taking care of me, and now I think I did an okay job of taking care of my children.
Oh yeah, we've talked about that many times about your daughters and what you and Brenda did with them and for them, and then what they've done to accomplish what they've accomplished, and they're all accomplished. So that has to be a big tribute to you and Brenda about being influential.
The thing that as a black man, one thing I learned, and the reason you want to know the reason why they had so much difficulty with me at OCDE is because I out-taught them. Mm. Okay, I didn't play into the game.
Right.
Okay, and they didn't realize that I was always, no matter what was going on, I was well read, and I paid attention when the paradigm shift was coming.
We talked a lot about that when we were together.
Oh yeah, I paid attention to the paradigm. Remember, I used to tell you when we were going to a meeting, I said, and they would say, I said, Larry, pay attention. You said, what do you mean? I said, guess what's going to be the next big deal? And you said what? And what would I say?
I forget what it was that you said.
But I said, watch this. Then what would happen?
It would come about.
And we would always be prepared. And they would look at us and say, well,
so you were that forward thinking.
Oh yeah, okay, come on. If people they're telling you what they're going to do, all you have to just pay attention to it.
Right. Pay attention.
It's just like being in the chemistry class and you put the equation on the board and he says, oh, watch this. This is going to be in the test. You get what I'm saying?
You never stopped not paying attention.
Oh man, pay attention to everything that people said.
Not what they said only, but what they didn't say.
What they didn't say. Yeah. You got what I'm talking about?
Right.
And because what they wanted to do, what they're always trying to do is trying to catch folks so they can eliminate folks. And you can't eliminate nobody if none of the fools that you want to eliminate didn't pay attention. Because we were the ones that were paying attention and they couldn't.
Yeah, when you look at it back, that kind of thing. And I guess I wasn't paying attention as much as I should have been. And I mean, that's what I look back at.
Well, see, Larry, you're a white dude, and all you're thinking about is, I'm a white guy, so everything's going to be kosher.
Right.
They're going to take care of me.
Right.
Did they take care of you, Larry?
Not always.
Oh, slings and arrows of outrageous fortunes.
Say that again?
Slings and arrows of outrageous fortunes.
Yeah.
Take arms against the sea of troubles.
Right.
That's a soliloquy from Macbeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you. Look at that.
Yeah.
Still got it.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you don't pay attention, okay, you get caught.
Right.
Okay, what's so funny about Trump is he's been telling these people all the time he's been there exactly what he's going to do, and he keeps on doing it.
I know.
But nobody's strong enough or man enough to stand up. They said, we done had enough of this shit.
There really hasn't been anybody. I mean, there's been a few people that have left.
Everybody who stands up gets what happens.
It's whacked off.
Gets whacked off because they make him an offer they can't refuse. Everybody's got their juice they want to drink. Okay, everybody used to say, what is it? And they just said, what do you think y'all still wants to drink? I don't want to drink shit. I don't want to drink none of your shit. Okay? And they couldn't figure it out. Well, we chill. When the dude said, what about the 10% for being the 10% of being the assistant, whatever.
Silent liaison.
And then when he took it away, he said, oh, yeah, we got it now. I said, okay, no problem.
Well, they miscalculated.
Well, they thought that money was what I wanted. That money wasn't what I wanted. Okay? I had enough money and enough power to protect myself. What I wanted, they didn't realize what I wanted was time. And he gave me time. He gave me all the time I wanted.
Yeah. And now you're the last one with the last laugh, huh?
Well, Larry, I'm going to tell you what. I appreciate you coming out today. And we'll get together again.
Okay.
And I'm just happy you enjoyed yourself on your trip.
Well, I'm glad you're doing so well, and I know we talked a few times, and I could tell in your voice you were back.
Oh yeah.
And so it was. I know it was a scary time, and it was scary for me too.
Yeah.
You know, those few days that you were there, and I kept.
Well, you got one consolation. Your little grandbaby said, "Grandpa, we'll help you. We'll take over the podcast."
We can do it for you.
Don't worry about it, Grandpa. We'll take over the podcast.
We'll do it, Papa. We'll take care of it.
Well, that's it. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. But anyway, well, all right. I'm glad we got together and knocked out a couple. So until next time,
Larry,
out, brother.
Out.
Larry and Al, out.
Those of you that are out there listening, subscribe to our page so that you can get the notifications of when we're going to record again.